And Democrats, well, remember, they used to be for American workers.
Everywhere, all over the world, these guys are all the same.
Hey, everybody, I'm Haley, and I study strategic communications. This is How to Push Back. Today, we're looking at how name-calling and labeling show up in the news. They use them as tools to kind of sort out who counts and who doesn't. We're going to break down clips from Fox News and MSNBC. They're both using different tactics to do the same thing. They're defining the other side through ridicule. Stay with me to the end. We're going to continue our ongoing conversation we're having on this channel about how we can in the future build trustworthy and effective news systems in this country.
Is ramping up deportations. That's great news. A new report yesterday revealed that there are apparently almost 2 million illegals here who have deportation orders. That means they're supposed to be deported, but they're still roaming around the country.
This line strips people down to status. It uses this term illegals, not immigrants, not families, not individuals. They also use this term roaming. It really frames them like threats. It primes us to feel unsafe, and it primes us to cheer for harsh enforcement. There's not really any data here on crime or process or outcome. It's really just a lot of mood.
And Democrats, remember, they used to be for American workers, but now they're just for hammering Trump.
I notice here is how quickly the whole political party gets reduced to a motive just for hammering Trump, they're saying. So they're not really making an argument. They're just debating in identity warfare. It tells us, you can't trust anything they say because their intentions are just assumed to be bad. We don't really hear what Democrats are saying, just that whatever it is, it must be wrong.
President Donald Trump is now robbing the ground-based nuclear missiles safety and modernization budget for himself.
What stands out here to me is the word robbing. It doesn't really have a neutral description sort of feel to me. It sounds more like a moral verdict. Instead of saying Trump reallocated the funds or even that he misused them, it paints him as a thief. And it's a very accusatory word choice. This taps into outrage and moral clarity, and it gives viewers a clear villain. The appeal here is mostly pathos. It's trying to make you feel betrayal and disgust. I noticed, though, there's really no source, there's no documentation shown, there's no opposing view, just the word robbing, and it's really powerful. I'm not sure it's really proof.
Everywhere, all over the world, these guys are all the same, and they all want gold toilets. They all want to rob the country they lead blind.
This line feels really like a punchline to me. It doesn't really do a lot more than get a laugh, though. These guys are all the same. Using these guys, it's a classic generalization, and it turns a political critique into more of a tribal one. The phrase gold toilets is shorthand, really, for corruption and excess. It's funny, but it's also functioning here as a dog whistle. If you already distrust elites, this tells you exactly who to blame. There's no list of who these guys are. It's just an assumption that you'll recognize the type. It's not really an argument. It's an association. So we saw both networks today using language to sort people into teams. They use terms like illegals, lackeys, hammering Trump, foot soldiers. These aren't really jabs. They're more like filters. They shape who we see as credible and who we write off. I'll just say this. Personally, when I hear a host start name calling, it really destroys their ethos for me. I think if you have a strong case, you don't need to insult people to make it. It's not that I don't get angry when I watch the news or I don't get angry when I hear about these things, but from a newscaster, I want clarity and not performance. So when I see somebody start getting labeled, I try to pause and ask myself, like, what is this label preventing me from noticing? Because I really do think that media trains us to label each other too quickly. And I think that can really keep us from thinking clearly about the issues. And like we started doing in every episode, I want to return to the bigger question we're working on together on this channel. And that question is, what would it take for us to create a news system in this country that we can actually trust? We had a couple comments from people last time. Akers and Adderwald shared that restoring clear definitions of fact and theory could be a foundation that we could set for rebuilding trust. They also pointed out that the repeal of the fairness doctrine era rules let emotion and distraction replace standards. That really struck with me. I really do think that clarity might be a key to building something better. Another commenter, MSJBSS77, excuse me, added another angle. They said if we really want change, we may have to restructure the incentives, i.e., take care of the money. And they finished their comment with saying it ain't going to happen, but it was the first thing that came to their mind. And first of all, I think that kind of honesty is great for this kind of conversation, but financial incentives are incredibly important in this world. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What would it take to build a new system in this country that we actually trust?